Here we have another derivatives example problem, and the goal for this example problem will be to take the derivative without knowing which technique to use. So here we have our example, f of x is equal to cosine of x squared multiplied by e to the x. So the first step when evaluating this example problem is we can see that we have an outside function as well as an inside function. And this is going to lead us to believe that our technique that we should use is the chain rule. So when processing through the chain rule, we know that the first step is we'll have to take the derivative of this outside function. So the derivative of cosine will be negative sine. The second step is we'll leave this inside function alone. So we'll leave x squared e to the x. And then the last step is we'll take the derivative of this inside function. And we'll call this inside function g of x. So when we evaluate g of x, we can see that it is two functions that are multiplied together. And that means that we'll need to use the product rule. So a little bit of background on the product rule. Here is our equation where we have f prime multiplied by g plus f multiplied by g prime. And so we can split up this expression into our f term, x squared, and our g term, e to the x. And these are just two different functions, and we'll take their derivatives. So here we have the derivative of f, which is going to be f prime, and we'll have 2x for that. And here we can take the derivative of g to get g prime, which is going to be e to the x. And then we can plug in these terms into our formula for the product rule. So for g prime of x, we're going to have 2x multiplied by e to the x plus x squared multiplied by e to the x. And we can go ahead and simplify this by just combining those terms. So we have 2x e to the x plus x squared e to the x. And once we have our g prime term, we can go ahead and substitute it back into our original expression. And we'll get our solution, which is f prime of x is going to be equal to negative sine x squared e to the x multiplied by 2x e to the x plus x squared e to the x.